Hello and welcome to the vlog. Today's focus is on personal productivity and I'm going to give you some tips today. I'm coming from the sunny Sunborn Yacht Hotel in Gibraltar, which is where I've been working, and I've been working with these tips with a group of high performing leaders, so I hope you find them useful. My first tip is that we have 168 hours each every week, whoever we are. How we use those hours is up to us, it's our choice. You can use those hours really effectively if you do these things. Make sure that you get a really good night's sleep regularly. And I know I sound like your mum, okay? But actually having sleep is proven to help with your productivity throughout the day. It means that you will think more clearly, it means that you will make better decisions, and it means that you'll put things into perspective when things get a bit more challenging. So a good 7 to 8 hours sleep every night. Tip number 2 is to make sure you avoid procrastination. Procrastination means putting something off for the future that we could be doing today and probably should be doing today. And there are usually 3 or 4 reasons why people procrastinate. The first one is actually they don't want to do a task because it's boring. If it is boring, break it down into bite-sized chunks and give yourself a small reward when you've done each section of the task. Another reason is because people are afraid of failing. So they don't want to fail, so they don't even start doing the task. The irony with this is that when we're afraid of failing, we put things off. That gives us less time to work on the task, and then we actually increase our likelihood of failing. I mean, how bonkers is that? So think about, are you procrastinating because you're afraid of failing? And if you are, just get started straight away. Like fear of failure is also fear of success. Sometimes we think, well, I want to do that, we've got a dream, but what happens if that dream or that aspiration becomes a reality? That means things are going to change around here, and that means that I'm going to be more exposed. That's how we can think about fear of actually being successful. So the thing to do with a fear of success is to really work on self-confidence, work on self-efficacy, and think of all those reasons why you should be successful and what life will be like at the end. Think about that vision that you set for yourself. And the fourth reason that we procrastinate is because sometimes the task is so enormous that we don't know where to start, and it all feels very big and complex. The key here is to break that task down into manageable items, into smaller pieces of work, and then tackle those smaller pieces of work one at a time. My next tip is batching. And that means getting tasks that are of a similar nature all together and doing them in one sitting. So this could mean sitting down and doing your emails only once or twice a day instead of dribbling them throughout the day. It could mean getting a list of things that you want to talk about with an individual all together and having one sit-down meeting instead of having several phone and email conversations going backwards and forwards. It could mean if you've got a pile of reading to do, then just get that reading together, save it up, and then put some time aside when it's good for reading and get through it that way. So batching is really effective because we know that it saves time from starting up and also putting things away. And we get into a rhythm of doing similar things. We get faster as we go and more efficient as we go. So batching is a really cool, easy technique to use. My final tip is that there's no such thing as multitasking. We actually can only do one task at a time using our active cognitive functioning. That means that we're thinking about at any one time. And when we think we're multitasking, we're not. What we're doing is actually toggling between one task and the next. We're going backwards and forwards. And multitasking takes more time because we have to remember where we left off and pick it back up again. So when we're interrupted, so let's say we're sitting writing a paper or thinking through a presentation, email pings up on the screen, then that diverts our attention away. We leave the presentation, attend to the email, and then go back to the presentation. And on average, we lose at least 23 minutes every time something like that happens. It takes us that time to finish what we're doing and then remember where we were when we left off. So multitasking is a myth. Turn off all of your alerts, focus on what you're doing, and then pick everything else up later. You'll get the job done in a much faster time. And some specific studies I've done show that actually you can increase how quickly you work by at least 50%. Hope you've enjoyed these quick tips in the vlog. I've actually got a whole programme that you can do if you come and join my Idea Time membership on how to increase your personal productivity, and it's really creative and really fun to do. So if you're interested in that, if you've enjoyed a little bit of what you've seen today, hop on over to www.ideatime.co.uk/membership. I'll see you in there.